What's next for Beatrice and Eugenie and their grace and favor lifestyle? Welcome back to Crown Chronicles, your royal insiders pass to the secrets, scandals, and unseen stories behind Britain's most famous family. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell, because we don't just talk about the royals, we reveal the truth behind the palace doors. And today, we're diving into one of the most fascinating royal dilemmas of all. What's next for Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie, the York sisters whose royal privileges may be quietly slipping away? The world has watched Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie grow up in the shadow of royal grandeur, from their tiaras at trooping the color to their fashionable entrances at royal weddings. But behind the smiles and the designer hats, the two daughters of Prince Andrew and Sarah Ferguson are facing a very uncertain future. Their so-called grace and favor lifestyle, that delicate arrangement allowing them access to royal homes, private events, and quiet privileges, may soon be coming to an end. And the reason? A king determined to redefine what it means to be royal in the modern age, King Charles III has made no secret of his ambition to slim down the monarchy. His vision is clear: fewer working royals, fewer expenses, and a tighter control over who gets to represent the firm. But in this streamlined royal world, where do Beatrice and Eugenie fit in? They were born princesses, raised as part of the royal fold, and once expected to take on full-time royal duties. Yet today, they stand on the outer edges of royalty, half in, half out, with titles but no official roles, privileges but no protection, and now, with their father, Prince Andrew, being pushed out of Royal Lodge and their mother, Sarah Ferguson, preparing for life on her own, Beatrice and Eugenie's comfortable position may soon be shaken. Their royal safety net, long supported by their parents' connection to Windsor, is starting to fray. For years, both sisters have lived what many describe as a royal-light existence. They enjoy invitations to family gatherings, private holidays at Balmoral, and the occasional front-row seat at events like Royal Ascot or Easter service. But they also live civilian lives, with careers, husbands, and homes funded largely outside the royal purse. Princess Beatrice works in the finance and tech world and lives with her husband, Edoardo Mapelli Mazzi, in St. James's Palace, a stunning royal apartment she occupies rent-free under the grace and favor system. Princess Eugenie, meanwhile, divides her time between the UK and Portugal, where her husband, Jack Brooksbank, works for a luxury property developer. She too enjoys royal privileges, from residence access to security, though without any official royal funding. But King Charles, ever the pragmatist, is believed to be re-evaluating these arrangements. Palace insiders whisper that the king wants to phase out non-working royals from grace and favor homes, redirecting resources to streamline royal estates and reduce public criticism. With pressure mounting over royal spending, Charles is keen to show transparency, and that could mean Beatrice and Eugenie will soon have to pay their own way, quite literally. For the sisters, this poses a sensitive challenge. They have long been caught between duty and independence, wanting to serve the crown while also living free from its constraints. After all, they were never full-time working royals. When the late Queen Elizabeth II was alive, she was protective of her granddaughters and quietly ensured they had support and housing. But with Charles on the throne, that protection isn't guaranteed. The king's focus is on the direct line: himself, Queen Camilla, the Prince and Princess of Wales, and their children. The rest, including his nieces, are being gently, but unmistakably, moved out of the royal spotlight. Still, don't mistake Beatrice and Eugenie for passive bystanders. Both women have built successful independent lives. Beatrice is a mother to daughter Sienna and a devoted stepmother to Edoardo's son, Wolfie. She's also become something of a quiet power player, networking within London's elite business scene and appearing at global innovation summits. Eugenie, on the other hand, has made her mark through philanthropy, especially with her work against modern slavery and her environmental advocacy. She's been carving out a public role that feels meaningful, even if it isn't officially royal. But the question remains: when the palace doors start closing, how will they adapt? There's talk that Beatrice may consider a more prominent media role, perhaps even embracing her mother's flair for storytelling and public speaking. Her polished manner, combined with her genuine warmth, could make her a natural fit for broadcasting or charitable leadership. Eugenie, meanwhile, is rumored to be eyeing new projects that align with her activism, perhaps following in the footsteps of Prince Harry and Meghan with a more global platform. Of course, that comparison to the Sussexes comes with risk. The king is reportedly wary of another royal offshoot that might capitalize on the family name. But Beatrice and Eugenie have always handled themselves with tact. Unlike some of their cousins, they've never aired royal grievances or stirred public drama. Their image, elegant, low profile, yet relatable, could be their strongest weapon in navigating this transition, and yet, the emotional undercurrent is hard to ignore. For the York sisters, the royal world has always been a family affair. They grew up at Windsor, adored by their grandmother, and surrounded by ceremony. Now, they're watching that world shift beneath their feet. With Andrew's reputation in tatters and Sarah Ferguson facing financial independence, the sisters are suddenly the last hope of the York line, the ones expected to restore its dignity, even as its privileges fade. Insiders say Beatrice and Eugenie are determined to maintain their connection to the crown, even if it means adapting to a new kind of royal life. One friend of the family reportedly said, "They know the world is changing, but they'll never turn their backs on their heritage. They're Yorks, and that still means something." So, what does the future hold for the York princesses? Will King Charles quietly let them fade into civilian life? Or could they emerge as the modern face of royal grace, women who balance tradition with independence? One thing is certain, the days of effortless royal privilege are over. The royal family is no longer the sprawling dynasty it once was. It's smaller, sharper, and more businesslike. Beatrice and Eugenie now face a test that no tiara or title can fix, the test of survival outside the palace walls. Yet, if there's one thing history has taught us, it's that the York women are survivors. Their mother, Fergie, rebuilt her life from scandal. Their grandmother, the late Queen, weathered every storm with grace. And perhaps now, it's Beatrice and Eugenie's turn to prove that royalty isn't just about titles, it's about resilience. So as King Charles redefines the monarchy for the modern age. The big question remains, will the York sisters still have a place at the royal table, or will they carve out their own legacy beyond it? Only time will tell. But one thing's for sure, we'll be watching every step of their journey. Thanks for joining us on Crown Chronicles. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because the next royal twist is always just around the corner. And trust us, you won't want to miss it.